child runs away from you at the park, natural and logical consequence, we leave the park. You want to build it out further, we only go to parks with gated closures. Kid fails a math test, natural and logical consequence, they already had it, they got an F, they failed. That's the natural and logical consequence. No need to like build stuff on top of that. You might follow up with, wow, you were thinking that you could not study and it would just all shake out in the end. Huh. Maybe next time you'll remember to study. You want some help with that, right? You can build other stuff out of it, but they already have the consequence. Dinner and ice cream or dessert. We're not doing natural and logical consequence for this one. If you don't eat your dinner, you don't eat your dinner. And if it's a family dessert night, there's family dessert. If your child only eats dessert, then maybe you're taking a break as a family from dessert until things normalize. Natural and logical consequence for not cleaning their room. Now, in my opinion, this one has to do with developmental stage and age. So if you've got a little kid, I'm not going to go for a consequence. I'm going to go for more supports. What do you actually need? You need some support and help. Like you pick up 7 things, I'll pick up 7 things. You get the red magnet tiles, I'll get the green magnet tiles. Okay, if it's an older kid, this is their space. And okay to have rules about the common space, but I would respect my teenager space. When your child doesn't do their chores, what is the natural consequence? Again, this is when I would go for supports on. If there's something that's super obvious, like their chore is to clean the horse stalls, and okay, the horse stalls have to be cleaned before we go on a ride. That's the natural and logical consequence. Like we're not going on the ride. But for most chores, like I don't know what the natural and logical consequence is because it's not very obvious. And that's your cue that instead of picking natural and logical consequences, you should pick extra supports. This is a tool that literally can only be like a tiny, tiny slice of your parenting, right? If you make everything a consequence, it's going to make your child feel more desperate. And as you can see, some of these things don't have like very obvious natural consequences. And when that's the case, I go for a different tool. It's really like 2% of your parenting that should be natural and logical consequences. So if it's something obvious, let it fall. Like don't fix the things for your kid. Your kid needs a poster board at 9 p.m. You don't have to race out to the store to get it to fix it. Your kid is bored. The natural and logical consequence is being bored. And I can just say like, oh yeah, I could be bored with you, right? So if it's not obvious, pick a different tool or drop a comment and we can brainstorm about what it could be.